KURINJI Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
KURINJI Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, now in this video we are going to discuss regarding ecosystem structure and functions. So means for maintenance of a proper structure of ecosystem and for the functioning of ecosystem. So definitely in this video we will see that. So means for the proper function of ecosystem there are different types of components required. So each and every information and each and every point in this video. So let us learn. Come, let us have a look on this. Students, now in this video, now we are going to discuss regarding ecosystem structure and function. So here definitely, so this particular information definitely is important for NEET examination point of view. Okay ma, so that's why try to listen carefully. Now, the physical structure. So now the physical structure, that is a characteristic for each type of ecosystem. So here one more before start my class, one more important point. So already this explanation, so we have learned in my own studio. So means here I have recorded this entire video, but I have posted so it is not seems to be that much clear. So that's why, so this particular information, so shooting or means recording in a 4K camera. Now let us learn. So that's why what is the point now I am requesting is, so try to watch this video so till end. Now the physical structure, that is the characteristic for each type of ecosystem. Definitely suppose if you take any kind of thing, no, definitely what is the point here we can see, no, physical structure. The physical structure is that the characteristic for each ecosystem due to the result of interaction of biotic as well as abiotic components. Means so suppose if you take there, no, so here if you are observing or if you are taking any kind of ecosystem there, physical structure we will observe, means one kind of a structure. Suppose how we will be having one structure, so likewise, so whatever may be that ecosystem if you take there, no, definitely it has physical structure. It has a physical structure. So that is a characteristic for each type of ecosystem. So that physical structure, how it is coming? So due to the resultant of interaction of biotic as well as abiotic components. So here when these kind of biotic as well as abiotic components are comes together, the interaction is going on, no, at the time definitely leads to the formation of a physical structure in the ecosystem. Am a point you understood or not? Now next one, the species composition and stratification. Species composition and stratification are the aspects that constitute the physical structure of the ecosystem. Means here what is the point? Now only we have seen physical structure will be there. So physical structure of ecosystem we can be seen. So that kind of a physical structure, why? So because of the aspects. So because of the aspects of which one? Species composition, and one more is stratification. So species composition means, so by saying the term here we can understand species composition, isn't it? Means the group of organisms or the group of species comes together, so we can be taken as a species composition. But stratification means whether you know or not, that's why here small information also I have given. So but both let us see. So what are the aspects of species composition and stratification? So now let us have a look on that. That is Identification and enumeration of plant and animal species of an ecosystem. Identification means what is a plant which is belongs to what family, likewise identification, and enumeration is a new word, description means explanation of that one. Okay, identification and enumeration of a plant and animal species of an ecosystem, we can be termed it as species composition. So try to say along with me now. Identification and enumeration of plant and animal species of an ecosystem, we can be taken as species composition. So definitely, so these are all different types of definitions. So definitely I will ask you in the presence of you. Okay, so next one, the vertical distribution. So now new one. So second one is stratification there. The vertical distribution of different species occupying different levels. Once you see there, vertical distribution. So in previous videos we have seen which one, pyramids. Initially at the base, primary producers are there, next one primary consumers are there, next one secondary consumers, next one tertiary consumers. Likewise one vertical distribution we have seen now. So likewise vertical distribution of different species occupying different levels. Different levels. So that particular thing only we will be terming as, or we will be calling as stratification. So here, so stratification is nothing but vertical distribution of different species occupying different levels. Next one, the number of stratification is in different ecosystems. Means here one more time let me read, that is now the number of strata varies in different ecosystems. For example, here one example also we have seen stratification at the bottom level and upper level. What are the regions are found at the bottom levels? Herbs are present. Next one in the middle, shrubs are present, and later in upper region, trees are present. Likewise, we have taken one example also. Did I give that example? For example, trees occupies. So trees occupy top. Next one, if you take herbs and grasses, herbs and shrubs. So you see there, so shrubs at a second one, and herbs or grasses occupies bottom layers, as I explained before. So means, so suppose if you take one vertical strata or one vertical distribution there, so in case of a plant's point of view, trees at the top level, middle shrubs, and definitely in a bottom of the vertical line, so we can observe the either herbs or tree grasses. So this particular point also is important. Try to save this point in your mind. Now the number of the strata varies in a different ecosystems we seen. Now the functional components means the functional components of the ecosystem. Means for the proper function of ecosystem, definitely there are different types of components are required. So what are the components? So now let us learn one by one. So first one is productivity, second one is decomposition, third one is energy flow, and fourth one is nutrient cycling or nutrient cycles. One more time: productivity, decomposition, energy flow, and nutrient cycles. So now, so before I start to learn these four which one functional components, so somewhat extra information also I will give. So let us learn that extra information first. To understand the basic components, to understand the basic components of four are there. No, to understand these four basic components, the complex interactions in an ecosystem, let us consider the pond ecosystem, which is a self-sustainable and self-regulating unit. So before start to learn the basic components and complex interactions of an ecosystem, means here first of all we are studying. So before, to understand the basic components, so first of all, complex interactions means what are the main important complex interactions are there now in ecosystem. So all will be we are studying. So means here best example which one we have taken, plant ecosystem. Now we are taking, pond ecosystem we are taking. Pond ecosystem we are taking. So for the interaction of or the activity of basic components and the complex interactions in a ecosystem. So there, the structural components includes the structural components. So what are the structural components are there? Includes abiotic and biotic components. So abiotic and biotic components. So these two members means structural components, abiotic and biotic components, we will be considering as structural components. Structural components. Next one, abiotic components point of view. Abiotic components. So in this particular case, no, abiotic components are sunlight, water, and within the water dissolved inorganic and organic substances. So here abiotic components point of view, sunlight, so and water with dissolved inorganic as well as organic substances. So along with all these things, no, nutrients rich soil in the pond bottom, so etc. Means here what are the things we are considering as abiotic components? Sunlight, water with inorganic as well as organic, and nutrient rich soil where at the bottom of the pond. So all these things generally we can be considered as how abiotic components. Now you see there small information. The solar input, the temperature cycle and other climatic conditions regulate the rate of function of the entire pond. So here solar input, definitely for the proper function of pond ecosystem, solar input definitely is required, and temperature maintenance is important. Later other climatic conditions also, means definitely other climatic conditions also definitely regulate the rate of functions, means for the proper function of the entire ecosystem. For the proper function of the entire ecosystem, that depends on the solar input, and that depends on the temperature cycle, and that depends on the climatic conditions. Means when all these conditions regulate properly, means the functioning will be there in properly, no, at the time only definitely we can see the proper function of the entire pond. I hope you are understanding. So try to understand. So actually here in presence of you, suppose explanation is going on, means so small rough diagrams also chance is there to draw, but unfortunately we are learning like that. So but let us learn effectively. Right. Now biotic components point of view. So before I have given abiotic components, now let us learn the information of biotic components. Now biotic components point of view, what are the components we can be considered or we can be taken into the consideration? Now autotrophs are nothing but producers. So next one, after autotrophs are the producers, no, next level consumers, later decomposers. Okay, means here biotic components, what are the components are there? Autotrophs are there, consumers are there, decomposers are there. All these members or these three members we can represent as biotic components. Biotic components. Now there, so first one is autotrophs. Autotrophs, they are the producers. So definitely we know very well. So these are all producers with the photosynthetic activity, means in a bottom of the level or in a bottom level, means not in bottom of the pond I am not talking. Okay, where I am talking, no, just I have considered, suppose pyramids you take there. Suppose for example pyramid, no, so these producers are present at the bottom of the pyramid only, no, that is I am talking about. So but so this point, what is the point now I am going to give? Autotrophs are nothing but producers. So these producers has the ability or has the capability to perform the process of photosynthesis. So that point only, means here under producers, what are the things now I am going to give you is they include, under autotrophs they include phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons such as green algae, dinoflagellates, and plants such as submerged plants, free floating plants, and marginal plants. Marginal plants means means so these are all present found at pond edges, at edges of the ponds, no. So definitely we can observe the marginal plants. Means one more time you see that In aquatic system, means here best example which one we have taken? Pond ecosystem we have taken. No, there first of all very microscopic, means very tiny or small structures of phytoplanktons, green algal members are there, dinoflagellates are there. Next one, plants, plants consideration. So submerged plants are there and free floating plants are there, or simply so try to remember as floating plants are there. Next one, marginal plants are there, means phytoplanktons point of view, green algal members and dinoflagellates we have taken. Next one, plants point of view, submerged plants now we are taking, free floating plants we are taking. Next one, marginal plants we are taking there. These marginal plants are found at pond edges. Okay, so that is a somewhat information, but in this particular case, no, what is the point I am asking to remember? Autotrophs has the photosynthetic activity. So because of the presence or because of the having of photosynthetic activity, definitely performs the process of photosynthesis and prepare its own food. So that is information regarding autotrophs. Next one, consumers point of view. So consumers, they are animal communities. So this particular point means from here. So from here onwards remaining all. Okay, so they are animal communities such as free floating zooplanktons. Okay, free floating zooplanktons, free swimming forms. Example, nekton, free swimming forms nekton. Next one, bottom dwelling forms benthos. Bottom dwelling means are definitely present at the bottom. Bottom dwelling forms benthos. Free swimming forms nekton and free floating zooplanktons. So means here free floating zooplanktons and free swimming forms nektons and free dwelling forms benthos. All these members we can be included under animal communities, or now all these are all comes under consumers. Means consumers means condipo definitely depends on the autotrophs for receiving of food materials. Next one, decomposers. Here one point you don't forget, these are all this particular information only regarding pond ecosystem. So there only you try to consider. Next one, decomposers. Next one, decomposers information point of view, they are abundant in pond bottom. Means definitely these decomposers where we can be seen, so can be seen at the bottom of the pond. Don't forget, decomposers all the time present at the bottom. Okay, bottom of the pond. So they include, means here are the decomposers. Try to give any examples there means. So here the examples are includes bacteria and flagellates and fungal members, etc. Means bacterial members, fungal members are there and some kind of flagellates also are there. Okay, now this system performs all the functions of any ecosystem, that is the conversion of inorganic matter into the organic matter with the help of solar energy by the autotrophs, consumption by heterotrophs, decomposition, mineralization of dead matter to release them back for the reuse of the autotrophs. There are all functions of an ecosystem here we can be seen. Okay, so there the conversion of inorganic matter into the organic matter with the help of solar energy by the autotrophs, the consumption by the heterotrophs and decomposition, mineralization and dead organic matter. Means here what is the point? So here autotrophs prepares the food materials by using of solar energy. Later that particular food materials or organic matter, means here autotrophs so these autotrophs definitely involves in the conversion of inorganic matter. Conversion of inorganic matter into the organic matter. So later, that is the activity of autotrophs. Later, what are the organic matters are synthesized by the autotrophs, that these organic matter everything consumed by the heterotrophs. Later next cycle moves towards the decomposition. First of all, autotrophs prepare the food materials. So these food materials moving towards the heterotrophs. Later, that is this next cycle goes to decomposition. Later, mineralization. So means after completion of mineralization and everything, so the dead matter dead matter to release them back for reuse by the autotrophs. Means here again, after once the food materials or the dead organic matter is consumed, means a decomposition process as well as mineralization process is completed, means again, so some kind of inorganic nutrients formation takes place. Again, all these inorganic nutrients moving towards the autotrophs for reusage point of view. Amma point you understood or not? First of all, so here let me explain by one more time. Here what is the point? First of all, inorganic matter or inorganic materials are there. So with the presence of solar energy, autotrophs converts that inorganic matter into the organic matter. Later this organic matter consumed by heterotrophs. Later decomposition, later mineralization process takes place. In a mineralization process, what is happening means mineralization of dead organic matter release them back. Which one them back means minerals release back for reuse by the autotrophs. Means by the process of mineralization, minerals are released. So all these minerals are moving back for the so to the or reach to the autotrophs for the process of photosynthesis. So that is a small information, so we can be learned. Next one, here one important point here I have given. That is so there now there is unidirectional movement of energy from lower tropical level to higher tropical levels. So here definitely, so this point we need to learn. So there is a unidirectional movement of energy. So energy definitely always moving from lower tropical level to higher tropical level. So don't forget, NEET examination point of view important. So energy always moves from the lower tropical levels to higher tropical levels only in unidirectional movement. Now let us start to learn the means here till now. So till now, what is the information I have given now? I have given information regarding abiotic components as well as biotic components. Abiotic components means sunlight, water, inorganic components, organic components, and nutrients rich soil at the bottom of the pond. Likewise, we have seen. Next one, biotic components point of view, autotrophs we seen, consumers we seen, and decomposers we seen. Now I am going to start. Which one? First component of ecosystem. First component of ecosystem, let us read that. Now that is productivity. First component of ecosystem is productivity. Now a constant input of solar energy is a basic requirement for an ecosystem to function and sustain. So easy English only we can understand. So what is the point? A constant input of solar energy. So means here constant input. Suppose here definitely sunlight is required. Okay, that particular sunlight or the availability of sunlight definitely is a basic requirement. So definitely is required. So that one we will be considering the availability of the solar energy. We will be considering as a basic requirement. Important point. So availability of sunlight or the input of solar energy is a basic input or the basic requirement for any ecosystem. Means suppose you take any kind of ecosystem, definitely depends on the solar energy. That's why the availability of the solar energy or the input of solar energy we are considering as basic requirement of an ecosystem. Sir, why we have considered as basic one, sir? Means for the proper functioning as well as for the sustainability. For sustainability point of view, for proper functioning point of view, so this particular sunlight is acting as basic requirement of any ecosystem. Next one, now the rate of biomass or organic matter production by any tropical level per unit area. One more time, the rate of biomass or organic matter production by any tropical level per unit area we can be taken as productivity. Means here which one is going to be produced? The rate of biomass or organic matter production is going on where? And any tropical level. So wherever you see there at any tropical level, so definitely we can see the production of or the rate of production of biomass or organic matter, that we can be taken as productivity. productivity. Next one, it is expressed in terms of dry weight. It is expressed, suppose if you consider dry weight, no, grams per year. Okay, next one, energy point of view, kilocalories per year. Okay, so likewise here dry weight we can be taken, and energy also we can be given as units for the productivity. Next one, productivity. So this productivity for our convenience to study, divided into two types. So first one is primary productivity and the second one is secondary productivity. Now primary one and secondary one. Now let us start to learn the primary productivity. Now primary productivity is the amount of biomass or organic matter produced per unit area over a time period by the plants during photosynthesis. Means, so we all know very well, definitely plants performs the process of photosynthesis. So thereby definitely biomass or organic matter is produced per unit area at particular time. Means in one particular time, in particular unit, suppose how much of, means the amount of biomass or organic matter produced by the plants, by the process of photosynthesis, that particular biomass, the amount of biomass or organic matter which is produced by the plants, we can be considered or we can be taken as how primary productivity. So the rate of primary production is nothing but primary productivity. It can be divided into two types. So this primary productivity can be divided into two types. So first one is gross primary productivity and the second one is net primary productivity. Now gross primary productivity and net primary productivity information also let us learn now. So that is gross primary productivity. Now gross primary productivity point of view, what is information? The total organic matter synthesized by the producers per unit area at particular time. One more time, gross primary productivity is nothing but total organic matter. Means here before only we have seen, no, total organic matter means what is information? So the plants performs the process of photosynthesis. So thereby biomass or organic matter going to be produced, no. So there that particular means how much of the organic matter or the biomass is produced or prepared by the plants. So that entire one. So total, once you see that, suppose if they ask this particular definition, gross primary productivity, suppose if they ask means, so first of all we have to start with the total only. Okay, total organic matter synthesized by the producers. So producers are nothing but plants only, no. Plants only we will be considering as autotrophs. So means in this particular case, no. So what is the organic matter or the biomass synthesized by the plants in one particular area, in one particular time, that entire organic matter we can be considered as, we can be taken as which one? Total organic matter. Now in a total organic matter means, once you see that, so how we will take a respiration, no. So likewise even plants also takes our respiration processes, everything taking place in plants also, no. So thereby in a total amount of organic matter for respiratory activities, listen carefully, in a total organic matter for respiratory activities, some amount of total organic matter or some amount of organic matter is utilized, isn't it? So thereby after completion of which one, organic matter, or after usage of organic matter for respiratory activities, remaining will be there, no, remaining organic matter. So that remaining organic matter we can be considered as net primary productivity. So gross primary productivity is nothing but total organic matter. In total organic matter minus respiratory losses, means some amount of the organic matter consumed to the, so respiratory activities, no. So once in a total organic matter minus respiratory losses, means respiratory losses starts with R, no. So thereby GPP minus gross primary productivity is GPP only, no. So GPP minus R is nothing but respiratory activities or respiratory losses. So thereby finally, so what is the amount we will obtain? NPP we will get. NPP is nothing but net primary productivity. Net primary productivity is nothing but Now this net primary productivity only is reached to the or moving on to the next level, means that is maybe consumers. Means here we will be having what we will be having, vegetables, so we will be having or leafy vegetables or any kind of fruits. Suppose if we are taking means, so there what is the thing we are eating means net primary productivity we are having, but not gross primary productivity. So here somewhat information only I have given related to the gross primary productivity. So in a next video I will give you information regarding NPP and I will continue to so far. Okay ma, so this is information regarding ecosystem structure and function. So there abiotic components, next one productivity, primary productivity, secondary productivity. Again in primary productivity 2 times gross and net. Okay, so try to see this, watch this video so till end. Thank you.